Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to the Spider of Lanka and the unfortunate accident at the Raja's court. I practiced it. I practiced saying that word right a bunch before starting the recording. That's as close as it's getting. You're just gonna have to live with it. Alright, so first of all, hey, we know you. I know your deal. Is this Oberon? Wait, hold on. Last time it was very important that we keep information between scenarios. Let me make sure. No, it's not really. It doesn't really look like him, right? This is our Oberon Geller. He's got okay. I mean, he looks pretty mussed up, but of course he does. Yeah, this is definitely not that dude. Okay, so who are you? I did not expect my first 7 Seas assignment to conclude so shockingly. No wonder these savage countries need to be civilized. Okay, so this is a guy we don't particularly care for. Albert, we must strengthen relations with Abhaya the Radiant in order to establish a trading outpost in Lanka and bring these 4 locally produced pigments to Europe. Usharik, produced in mines filled with toxic gas. Aphid, gathered from silverback piranha-infested lakes. You would think it would be gathered from aphids. Lakwa, harvested from the nesting crickets. And Sector, gathered from the sector spiders. Our cultural tolerance department has provided a gift, a statue appropriate to these devil-worshipping societies. Find out if they appreciated it. Consider pretending to be a devil worshipper too? Question mark? Maybe? I don't know. 7 Seas, a central office, Londonborough. The deep ignorance of colonizing forces, right? Okay, so you have on you a tobacco pouch, a sword that seems not to have been used, thankfully. This diagram. 7 Seas Company Associate Travel Guide. To navigate by star, once you're facing this star, you are facing north. If you're navigating by the crescent moon, imagine a line joining the endpoints and down to the horizon. That direction is south. Huh. Okay. Important. On the island of Lanka, as with many other former colonies of the Lemurian Empire, the lingua franca is Common Lemurian. This is an example of Common Lemurian script. Note that the honorific master is followed by the surname. For the last century, the island of Lanka has been divided in 3 kingdoms, each named by their ruler's family. They are Jaffna, Gamini, and Vijaya kingdoms. Each kingdom is ruled by a Raja who subjugates the peasantry, enabling the cheap production of cloth, pigments, and spices. There's a lot of that going around, right? You have a ridiculously ornate pipe, and this letter marking you almost certainly as Albert. Also, notice the seal. That's unusual. I don't think we've seen that before. I don't think we are familiar with this as a symbol of like an order or anything, but my guess is we will see it again. Albert, I will not be able to accompany you on your first 7 Seas mission. A pressing matter requires my attention. Ignore whatever rubbish Central Office has suggested. Befriend Putra, he has the Raja's ear. When you arrive, place the gift in the location as instructed on the wrapping paper. It is meant to be a surprise. So, presumably, interesting. You are probably an Albert. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick that. This feels pretty likely, right? What's your deal? Keep your mouth shut, boy. Just grab the word mouth here while we're here real quick. Your father committed a murder and cannot be forgiven. Undoubtedly, His Highness will demand your life. Position guards outside the Chamber of Trials during the test in the morning. Only my children and the priest must be allowed in there. The priest forbids the presence of any Westerners during the ritual, but we do not wish to insult a man of the 7 Seas Company. That's the company whose logo we saw on that letter in the first episode. Entertain Albert Cloudsley. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. I think we saw him in the very first episode of the first case. Maybe he was the one. Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Entertain Albert Cloudsley Esquire by showing him the gardens during the ceremony. Meanwhile, allow nobody to enter the ritual hall except me, my children, the Lemurian delegation, and our noble Blade Master. And we have here A sort of coppery looking key with a diamond at each end. Okay. Well, while we're marking people, obviously, that's young Albert Cloudsley. Cease your threats, Lankan lackey. I am not to blame for my father's deceptions, but perhaps this is the price we pay for our stagnating culture. I beg you, cease to request that we meet. You know it is unwise. Venerable Yupik's watchful eyes notice everything. He is your father, and you know his character. He will not tolerate such a transgression. I am a mere servant and must know my place. I can never be part of the Kara family. Ari. So, we know that you are a Kara, although your first name has not actually been given to us yet. What was it? I'm so spacey. Sorry, this is what I want. I want Zubiri. Zubiri Kara. Okay. To be on the lookout for that. Do not worry, young Lemurian. If it is meant for you to die today, it will be by my hand and swift. I have killed many people for the right and wrong reasons. Such is the dharma of the warrior. The rest of this text doesn't follow very naturally from do not worry, in my opinion. He's got himself a great big falchion, and my tiger. Have you found anything that might help me earn my rightful title? Then you can be by my side forever. Leave it in the bush by the pyre. That insufferable Putra has his dogs search our things regularly, so we must be careful. Your moonlight, and soon, your queen. Alright, there's a lot going on here. What's this? Hold on. Okay, some shit. Wow, some doings have transpired. So this is a building over here. I guess we've already seen inside. Let's take a look around. Okay. We'll just keep all that in mind, I suppose. Was ist das? The following people only are allowed in the ritual hall on November 16th. During the testing procedure in the morning, the Lemurian priest and the potential heirs. During the ritual of the blade in the evening, the Lemurian delegation, the royal family, the spy master, and the blade master. So the ritual of the blade, yeah, there was to be some pit in the penduluming. Sort of a raised pit, though. Okay, so there's a device. A person who's very dead. Having crushed something small and blue? Maybe full of ink? What have you on you? Dear Diary, I believe I have finally found love after all these years. I wonder if I can leave my servitude and marry this brave fighter. The poor boy will be heartbroken, but he should have understood a long time ago that I have no interest in him. My tender petal, I spend my nights restlessly thinking about your sweet lips and eyes. Let us meet again at midnight on 12 November in the Orchid Garden. There we can have privacy to share love and secrets. Your warrior, Jaeon. So is Jaeon's probably the brave fighter? Hard to say. It could be the kid, I guess. We don't know what the deal is yet. The hall will be unlocked the morning they take the test. When the winner is revealed, we will lock it again. The evening before the ritual, lock yourself inside and set everything up. Remember to prepare the apron for the one who succeeds. The red paint is in the vase. So it seems like Yupik has gone to some great effort here to rig the results of this. Throw me in the eye. Is there anything else in this room that looks interesting? We have another one of these. Okay, so this person consumes something, and then they lay down, and the blade is swung. Who is this? Their spirit comes out. The blade is swung, and their spirit comes out, and their spirit gets anointed or pushed back. This hand is like, no, you get back in that body. And it returns while the green guy reunites the flesh, like heals the flesh. Okay. I think there's a chance this one's going to be more than one episode. Okay, what have we here? Well, that there is a large statue with the Seven Seas Corporation's logo embossed on it. This is the note in the bush that was referred to by that other note. Did not get precise answers, but this will help. Rotate the line every fourth same color circle square or circle circle square. The number of horizontal lines multiplied by 6. 3 is easy. Just look carefully. Okay. So obviously that's referring to those weird slips of paper. This person got chopped real good. There's a mixture of blood and red paint. So the thing was prepared to look like the chopping occurred, but then a chopping did occur. Stiff ornamented apron made of wood. This woman has a huge wound across her abdomen beneath an apron, and she's not breathing. What a surprise. People of Albion Leaflet 8, Titania Printing House. Read and learn the Albion language. The best way to learn this language is by looking at the Seven Seas Company's gift to the Raja. Despite their name, the Infernal Guard are dedicated to a noble cause, fighting fire. Yelling to clear the way, they hurry to the place of ordeal to do their unenviable job. The guards do not feel fear and smirk at things that would be agony to commoners. They bravely step into the infernal limbo and do their duty. Challenges they face are like lava, and obstacles can be ominous, and during the nights, even otherworldly. But inattentiveness is a swift killer. Ignited with bravery, they step into the nightmares. Their burden is monstrous. They often yell commands, already fatigued. If accidents can cause such misery, intentional cases are even more odious. But the men, unclean and tired, run to the place of terror to face whatever horror awaits them. Huh. I really like the choice here, since we don't get to hear anything, the choice to have there be a font that represents the Lemurian language, such that we can like determine it in both writing and in people's dialogue, and without having to like actually decode a set of symbols or something. November 15th, tomorrow's the big day and my heart trembles with anticipation. If Tissa passes the test, I will not feel I have failed. I will witness his ritual of blade with joy in my heart, for none is braver and wiser and worthier than him to inherit father's responsibilities. If I happen to be picked, I will bow my head in humble appreciation of this great honor. May you travel from darkness to light, from death to immortality, dear sister. Death is a mere illusion that appears to those who cannot grasp absolute reality. I don't know that anybody should be trying to grasp absolute reality. I suggest you do your language practice while observing the Seven Seas Company gift to Raja. So, I mean, it's this, right? Tomorrow is the great day. The ritual hall will be opened, and Anula and I will be evaluated. May light guide my sister in the test, for she is worthy of the title. If fate judges me to be the one, then I am ready to undergo the journey through the blade to the sun and back again, to claim my birthright. Okay. So, these two, brother and sister. The girl is Anula, and the boy is Tissa. Yeah. Do we know their last name? Are they also Kara's? Hold on, we're still in the let's finish gathering, and then you know how I do this. We'll gather all the pieces and then we will start figuring. What's going on in here? You wanted life for life, O most radiant and magnificent Raja. Has this information satisfied your needs? A small box filled with incense sticks. That doesn't seem all that useful. This is the guy who was dressed like a Yoshi egg earlier. For sharing this secret, I will allow your Zubiri to live, but he must join me on the journey as insurance for your honesty. You are free to leave with your delegation. Okay, and yeah, he's very rich. This we know. This we can tell. Magnificent Raja. I can't believe that's the first time we've been able to take the word Raja. 1741, October 10th. I accept your invitation to facilitate the test and the initiation. Our delegation will arrive with the necessary equipment at the start of November. Regarding the Westerners, you already know that we strongly advise against trading with them. They do not understand the importance of Lemurian tradition, and their ways are impure. Yeah, that definitely seems to be the case, given everything we learned about the Cloudsleys in the proper game. So we have here a bunch of Laqua ink, which we kind of know how that's generated. Your Magnificence. Some encoded correspondence is being exchanged between someone at the palace and somebody else. I do not like it, and my spies are working overtime to discover who is behind this. I still believe it is safe for your children to undergo the test, and for the chosen one to go through the rites of rebirth. The Lemurian saint confirms that the ritual is the same as when you were sworn in, when you came of age. By day's end, you will have your heir, your highness. Okay, so the kids are, right, the kids are the children of the king. What are we missing? Because there's still a bunch of words I don't have. I am going to throw Zubiri on here, because we know that's right. Oh, there's a room down here that we have yet to grasp the significance of. Okay, so over in Klusapur is where the Gaminis are from. Lankapur is the Vijaya kingdom, and Jambupur is the Jaffna kingdom. I have a bottle of Sector ink made from them spiders. Dear Putra, I did my best to seduce that Lemurian servant girl from Sukera family so that we could obtain successful results for the young prince in the test. Surprisingly, she was not charmed by my advances. I do not know what is wrong with her. Yeah. Master, we found this poem and picture in the palace garbage. Picture is the key. This was not hard to decode, but the method is curious. Wear yellow in the evenings, do not mourn the black ocelot. Be untamed and forget your worries. So it's the first letter of certain words in the sentences. We just have to figure out how to know which words. And we have another thing from the same printing house, so we have another code. Okay. The deadliest arthropods of Lanka. Sector spider, feed only twice a week. Calmarian scorpion, a quick and painful death. Plain beetle, the merciful killer, like falling asleep. The legion centipede, after death, victim's body bloats like a balloon in minutes. And of course, the nesting cricket, whose bite stops the heart quickly. And they're all just kind of hanging out in here, huh? That's rad. I'm so glad that this thing exists. Okay. And that, of course, is the diamond block. So, your father committed a murder and cannot be forgiven. Undoubtedly, His Highness will demand your life. But a trade has been made here for sharing this secret. Okay, so I don't actually know who this is, but it's a person from the party. It's not going to be Zubiri's father, is it? I mean, I guess it could be. You would think it would be weird. You'd think it would be the case that he would be more ornately dressed, though, right? Okay, so what are we trying to figure out? The Lemurian delegation consists of these people. Zubiri Kara is certainly one of them. We got to figure out the names of the Raja, the Spy Master, the person who is the Blade Master in the city of whatever. Somebody verbed somebody else using a noun, which he found in the noun of the noun. This is too much. This is too much missing information to start working on just yet. We have to figure out how to read these. So the deal is somebody filled one of these in and succeeded. The other one filled it in and failed. But we don't know which one's the success and which one's the fail yet. What we do know is that this is wrong. Right? This shape does not rotate to become that shape. Because the spur here is at the actual corner, where it's clearly not. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that's the fail and that's the succeed. Here, we can verify this. The number of horizontal lines multiplied by 6. Rotate the line every fourth, same color, circle, circle, square. Okay, so the number of horizontal lines multiplied by 6. Well, this one has a 14 on it. So that's not a great sign. Rotate the line every fourth the same color, circle, circle, square. So this is going to be a circle, a white circle. Yeah, this is, okay, this one is filled out completely correctly. All right, well, that's pretty clear at least. And it sure seems that Tissa is the one who filled out the thing and succeeded. Unless... The thing is, the reason I want to put these in, even though like there's obviously shenanigans going on here, it says and succeeded. Oh, I guess actually it could be the case that Tissa, this is the one that is marked as a failure, even though this is the one that's right. Again, because of the shenanigans. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be... Because like clearly somebody tried to cheat the system here. We don't know exactly how that all went, but... All right, let me try to figure out what's up with the letters. So, while observing the Seven Seas Company gift to Raja, and yours said the same thing, right? Best way to learn this language is by looking at the Seven Seas Company gift to the Raja. So, that would appear to be this horrific thing. But how do we make sense of... Wait, where was the other one? Shoot. Who had the one that was already filled in? Was it in the room downstairs? This is the worst part. The part where I forget where everything is. Okay, here we go. So picture is the key. So what do we know here? It's like 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the 6th word, then the 2nd word, then 5, 4, 4, 2. How does that relate to this picture? How does this pattern relate to this picture? Because that seems like it's going to be pretty important. Was there art on these? No. This is supposed to be the art. And it would just be the first letter of one word from each line is the actual message. Our fire way ordeal job at commoners. I'm trying to see if the line breaks on these are the same. Yeah, they are. So both of these will decode to the same message. It's just a matter of how do we translate from that statue into the numerical code. Let me go look at the lion thing one more time and try to make sense of it. Is it just the words that relate to the picture? Is that it? That's pretty loose, right? Because like ocelot does not, I think, relate strongly to lion. They're both cats. Impulsive, I guess I guess impulsive relates to the word lion maybe more than any of the other words in that line. Emperor is pretty rough. Lions are not so much hunters actually, but you can kind of get, okay. Let's say that that's comprehensible and try to figure this out. So infernal, I need something physically to write on here. Yeah, this'll do. Pardon me. All right, so what? It's gonna be infernal. In the second one, fire, probably. IF. Yelling to clear the way. That looks like it could be yelling. This is what I'm saying, like some of these are gonna have to be so loose. They hurry to the place of ordeal to do their unenviable job. If it's ordeal and unenviable, then what we have so far is if you, which really seems strong from a comprehensibility standpoint. The guards do not feel fear. Fear could be the word. And smirk at things that would be agony. They bravely step into the infernal. Take the I from infernal. Limbo and do their duty. Again, if limbo is the word, then that means this. If limbo is the right word, then that means this third word is fail. The message says, if you fail, challenges they face are like lava. Right? It's got to be the lava. And obstacles can be ominous. Ominous, probably. During nights, even otherworldly. And then if the last word is killer, we have the word look. Ignited with bravery, they step into the nightmares. So that's going to be an in. If you fail, look in. Their burden is monstrous. It's got to be that. And then the next word's going to be yell again. If accidents can cause such misery, it's probably the misery, right? Intentional cases are much more odious. The demon looks like it smells bad. But the men, unclean and tired, look in my mouth. It's going to say look in my mouth. Yeah, terror and horror. If you fail, look in my mouth. So there is something here. There's not really another mouth. Like this thing looks like a face. That is kind of a mouth. And there's definitely like a something there, a yellow something, but I don't really know what to make of it. I also don't actually know which end of this thing we're seeing. Throw me in the eye. Why do we have these different colored inks and stuff? So you have something blue all over you. You really blew it. This time you totally blew yourself. L'Aqua ink. Probably that is L'Aqua ink, which is... Where was that? I feel like that was the thing we saw pretty early, right? Where is the thing that talks about the inks? Here we go. L'Aqua is harvested from the nesting cricket. So, I mean, this sure looks like bug parts. So there was a nesting cricket in here. It sure doesn't look like that person died, you know, gently. Bite stops heart quickly. Okay, I guess it doesn't say painlessly. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. So... they both received these leaflets. Presumably at least one of them actually knew how to decode them. Okay, the ink is the same color on their little notes. Where was that note we saw about hiding the thing in the bushes? Cease to request that we meet, Ari. Venerable Yupik's watchful gaze notices everything. He is your father, and you know his character. Yupik Kara is his father. Not to blame for my father's deceptions. Perhaps this is the price we pay for our stagnating culture. I need to untangle who's which family here and which, like, who's in what direction. All right. Found anything that might help me earn my rightful title, then you can be by my side forever. So this is a note from the girl. That insufferable Putra has his dogs search our things regularly, so we must be careful. So the note was left for her by this guy. So he's the young fighter. Where was the shoot? I went and got all the information. Now I can't remember where I saw things. I feel like we bumped into this room really early. So the testing procedure in the morning. The Lemurian priest is the one who dresses like this. Who has the robe that covers the head and then opens in the front. Which... I don't... This isn't a robe, though. This is just a sheet. We don't see another figure that actually is dressed that way. Which is a little concerning. I did my best to seduce the Lemurian servant girl from the Sukera family... Royal Blade Master G. So, I mean, one assumes that, you know, G is the Blade Master, although we don't know whether that's a first name or a last name. So somebody verbed someone using a word which he found in the noun of the noun. It was delivered by someone which resulted in the death of someone else. As a result, yet another person demanded someone's life, but instead someone verbed a thing in exchange. It doesn't feel like too many of our blue verbs are really viable here. Certainly no one failed a noun in exchange. Or seduced, probably. Especially since the nouns are things like mouth and beetle. I guess technically you could seduce a spy master or blade master in exchange. seduced a Raja in exchange. Ugh, I'm having a heck of a time connecting names to people. I feel like once I have more names on people, things tend to start up. So, dear Putra. Who is Putra? It's like, now that I know all of the things, it's probably worth just going through everything one more time. You have basically nothing on you. You have basically nothing on you. Masterson, I mean, this has got to be the Spy Master, right? I'm gonna guess that's a surname. So this guy gave a secret which allows Zubiri to live. So this is, yeah, like this is revealed a secret in exchange, right? Someone demanded Zubiri Kara's life, but this guy gave up some information that was worth enough to change their mind. So we would assume the Raja would be from one of the ruling families, right? Gamini, Vijaya, Jaffna? I guess, where am I? Do we see that mountain? We do. Okay, so the mountain with the bird, the beak being to the left, tells us that this must be taking place in the Jaffna Kingdom, right? Because if we were in Klusapur... Well, if we were in Klusapur, that bird's beak would be facing the other way, if we're looking at there. But if we were in Jambapur, we'd be looking at it more straight on. So this actually, we must be in Lankapur, the Vijaya Kingdom. So presumably the Raja here has the last name Vijaya? Yeah, there's not anything to give us his first name. Alright, for the moment, I'm going to tag him as Vijaya. We'll see. Whatever his last name is, these two are as well, so probably. So position guards outside the Chamber of Trials. Only my children and the priest are allowed. Priest forbids the presence of Westerners. Entertain Albert Cloudsley. Show him the gardens. Allow nobody to enter the ritual hall except me, my children, the Lemurian delegation, and our noble Blade Master. Yeah, so you're not the Blade Master, you're just some dick, some dude. Dear Diary, I believe I have finally found love after all these years. I wonder if I can leave my servitude and marry this brave fighter. The warrior is Jayan, maybe? Lock yourself inside and set everything up. Remember to prepare the apron for the one who succeeds. The red paint is in the vase. Alright. So... we think you're probably this guy. wonder if I can leave my servitude and marry this brave fighter. The poor boy will be heartbroken, but he should have understood a long time ago. But I have no interest in him. What a strange note. Lock yourself inside, set everything up. Remember to prepare the apron for the one who succeeds. The red paint is in the vase. So the idea is that you would paint the apron, you would make it so this stuff doesn't even happen because the apron would fake the split. You don't have to, mend a body or let the soul go up to the heavens and be rejected. Why do a miracle when you could just not do it, right? But the preparations didn't work. The thing still occurred. So what's not clear to me is what the written exam has to do with anything. It's that you have to do both, I guess. That's the testing procedure in the morning, the ritual of the blade in the evening. So whoever passes, this is the person who won the written exam, gets bladed. Okay. So then we know Anula is the one who filled this in, because Anula is the one who got bladed. So here's something. We're actually going to get information on this, because we at least have something to put in each slot here. 2 or fewer slots are incorrect. Okay. That means that that almost certainly means we have the last name wrong. Right, if we see the thing from this angle, I mean, they could be... Because this is a two-dimensional illustration of a figure, but it looks like the beak is at a right angle from... I mean, what it really looks like is that we're viewing this thing from down here, right? But I think this is supposed to be Lankapur. Yeah, it's so hard to know because this is a two-dimensional illustration of a three-dimensional figure. We don't know which dimensions are being compressed and how. Because like it being drawn like this, honestly, the wings of this thing could go either straight east-west or straight north-south. And I think in either case, you would still draw the thing like this. So I guess it's possible that we're in Jampur and this thing was drawn... I mean, what if they're Jaffnas? Okay, no. Still 2 or fewer slots are incorrect. And those are the 2 slots because otherwise changing them would have changed the number of slots that are incorrect, right? So... I mean, they're not Gaminis, are they? They sure are. Which makes you also a Gamini? How could that be the case? If we're in Cloudsley, we're looking at these mountains from here. Well, again, I guess, you have the problem. My expectation would be that we would see the wings spread. Oh, you know what? The problem is this is also a 3-dimensional shape that is being compressed into 2 dimensions. I was reading this as the tip of the beak being closer to us than the back of the head. But you can absolutely look at this and see it the other way, right? The tip of the beak being further away. There's actually no way to know because of the 2 different compressions. And the fact that, you can't necessarily assume that that creature has 2 axes, and one of them is for sure not drawn correctly on the map, but there's no reason to think that either of them is necessarily. So that's kind of a really bad clue, I think. But okay, so we worked that out. We're dealing with the Gaminis. That feels crappy. That feels like a crappy way to learn that. But again, I think this clue is busted, and like the only way you could get this for sure is to do the thing we just did. So I think they sort of have priced in the fact that the game will give you a push there into the design of the puzzle itself, it seems like. All right, well, that's a piece of information. Also, I should fix this. Yeah, that all really comes down to how you read the silhouette of that bird, which direction you believe it is facing, and so on. Okay, so we still have a lot of people unidentified here. We have 4 people for whom we do not have a first name, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things, maybe. No, we know this is a surname, so we have like 5 things that could be first names. I don't know how helpful that is. Sorry, not that. Dear Putra. So Putra is being reported to by the Royal Blade Master. Putra is someone of importance. Tried to seduce that Lemurian servant girl from the Sukera factory. Servant girl. So this girl is talking about leaving her life of servitude, right? So you are the girl from the Sukera family. I feel like we can be pretty sure of that. And then what else do we know? We know you're not several people. We know you're not Putra. Yeah, there's still a couple of names here that could be you, though. I think Yupik and Ari, I think, are both possibilities. No, you have a letter from Yupik. So for the moment, Ari Sukera, maybe? Potentially. I can't gender these names at all, but most of the other names we have unapplied yet are names of places, right? These 3 are, Jaffna and Vijaya are both surnames. Abhaya. Wait, where do we pick up Abhaya? Abhaya the Radiant. So that could be the name of the Raja. Strengthen relations with Abhaya the Radiant in order to establish a trading outpost in Lanka and bring these locally produced pigments to Europe. Oh, right. Okay. You're supposed to probably use the moon as well to help you figure out what direction you're looking at. The south is over there somewhere. So then you would be seeing this thing from the north side, which means you're in that. Yep, it's because I didn't combine the bird with the moon. It is true that the bird is a what do you call it? The bird is an ambiguous signal, but the bird is not the only signal. Okay. So sneak the gift into the mouth. I mean, that really doesn't make me think that the mouth we're talking about is... I can't click on this. It really doesn't make me think that the mouth we're talking about is this thing, because gosh, that sure doesn't look like the mouth that we see in that image, does it? All right, for the moment, let's say Abhaya the Radiant. Could be. You don't talk about improving relations with a person as synecdoche for a region unless that person is the person who controls the trading power, right? Befriend Putra, he has the Raja's ear. When you arrive, place the gift in the location Don't do whatever central office told you to do. Well, he did give them the gift. Yeah, I don't know. So which of these people is Putra? I mean, this guy certainly has the Raja's ear, right? We don't know that that would be true of anyone else here necessarily. Do we have any sense of who you are? Not really, aside from the fact that your hat probably indicates that you're somebody of import. All right, so this guy is maybe Putra. We'll see. You wanted life for life. What would that secret be? Did he know about the cheating the exam thing? I'm gonna be honest with you. This guy gives me Spymaster vibes, but I don't really think we can. I don't think we can necessarily call someone's name off of the vibes they give off. Although I will say we're looking a little short on first names at this point. So we got to figure out who Yupik is. Venerable Yupik's watchful eyes notice everything. He is your father, and you know his character. He will not tolerate such transgression. I am a mere servant and must know my place. I can never be part of Kara family. So Ari, the servant. Right. Venerable Yupik's watchful eyes notice everything. He is your father, and you know his character. So Yupik is a Kara. And he's old. I mean, this could be Yupik Kara, right? It would make sense that the person trying to save Zubiri's life is his father. I will allow your Zubiri to live. And this guy did come with them. He was part of the delegation, right? He came over on the boat with the sheet over his head. So this guy is Yupik Kara, member of the Lemurian delegation. Who else was on that boat? Show me the boat. The person in the thing. So then it's the servant. I took Ari's name off of her there. The names don't stay behind in an area until you have locked that area. But okay, so yeah, we know this. That makes you, Jayon, somebody, and you probably Putra. Right? That seems likely. And then we have just a few last names. These are all names of cities. I mean, how many of them are going to be Gaminis? Some. The answer could be several. But Putra's son is the spy master, right? And that's the reason that was lit up, is because it was used up here. G, someone is the blade master. This guy is not the blade master. My feeling is the blade master is not present. Do we know? Oh, so this is the I think this is that young warrior. You could be the Blade Master. I've killed many people. Insufferable Putra has him search his things regularly. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something, and G and Jayan are the same person. One of these is a surname. Yeah, Jayan G. Okay, that makes sense. So Putra Sun is the spy master. Abhaya Gamini is the Raja. Here in the city of, I don't remember which one, the northern one. Klusapur. Okay. So, I feel like we have a pretty good grasp of this at this point. As a result, Abhaya Gamini demanded Subiri Kara's life, but instead, Yupik Kara revealed a secret. Anula Gamini. So... somebody, verb, somebody, using a blank, which he found in the blank of the blank. The mouth of the statue? Using a secret she found in the mouth of the statue. It was delivered by X. This resulted in the death of... So hold on. This could be talking about the death of Ari Sukera, right? If this verb is cricket. Okay, what's the deal with the present being passed around here? You're the person who would have had access to the cricket. When you arrive, place the gift in the location as instructed on the wrapping paper. It is meant to be a surprise. So there's a thing. It was supposed to go in the mouth of something. Probably the mouth of the big statue. If you fail, look in my mouth. Throw me in the eye. The red paint is in the vase, but there isn't a vase anywhere. Yeah, there isn't a vase anywhere. I have no idea what vase is being referred to there. I guess it could be like this one, maybe? So if you fail, look in my mouth. In the mouth of the thing, they were meant to find... What is the gift? What were they meant to find? The fate judges me to be the one. I am ready to undergo the journey to the blade and back again to claim my birthright. But it's the failure that was supposed to find it. So what is it that the failure would need? Both of their personal documents here. I will witness his ritual of blade with joy in my heart. None is braver and wiser and worthier. Like, I'm still not totally clear here. So the ritual hall gets opened. The daughter has this guy leave her a bush. Leave her a note in a bush explaining how the test is supposed to work. So she succeeds on the test. Or she succeeds on the first part, the testing procedure. And then during the ritual of the blade in the evening, she is supposed to be able to cheat by this device pulling down so that she can sink her stomach in here. The blade only hits the wooden smock, and then you have the paint on the thing. However, it didn't work. Ari was not able to pull the lever because... Throw me in the eye. Ari was not able to pull the lever because somebody threw a glass bottle with a cricket in it into the device at some point. I mean, it says throw me in the eye. But that could have been the thing that got put in the mouth, right? Why is there a glass? This is the thing that's killing me. What is throw me in the eye? Because, like, it doesn't look to me like the eye sockets on this thing, as deep and empty as they look from out here, are large enough to hold that. You would have to put it in through the mouth, presuming that one of these goes all the way through. So, it is like Ari Sukera was killed. Using a cricket, which was found in the mouth of the statue. So this is the gift that was placed in the mouth of the statue. Then the failure, Tissa, found the cricket, was instructed to find the cricket in the mouth, threw the cricket into the device to kill Ari, which caused Ari not to be able to save Anula, so Tissa is effectively killing his sister. We assume he's aware of what's going on here. And that was delivered by Cloudsley. Yeah. Young Prince Tissa failed to pass the Lemurian test to become an heir. So, as advised by a secret correspondent, he took receipt of a bottle containing a deadly insect along with instructions delivered by Albert Cloudsley. So, the mouth was of the demon statue. This said, throw me in the eye. It's just that it's really hard to tell the relative scale of those objects when you can only actually see the glass bottle thing in a super close-up, and you can only see this thing at a pretty undefinable scale. Alright, that makes that a little tricky. Before the ritual, Tissa threw the bottle into the machine and murdered the Lemurian servant Ari. She could not lower Princess Anula, and so the princess died. Alright, we basically understood all that. So, there is one more chapter to go here. We are going to do this tomorrow, but first we're going to find out the name in the web of the spider. Very ominous indeed. I like this animation. The art for... I really enjoyed the art of the base game. I think the intentional sort of grotesqueness is a really great choice for the sort of like ugly story that they're telling. But I feel like they've really stepped it up in this expansion area. Anyway, that is where we are calling it for today. One mystery per day at most. Do not be surprised if tomorrow is a portion, a fractional mystery per day. But that's going to be it for us for right now. Thank you all so much for watching. When y'all return next time, we go forth into the web of the spider. And we'll see you then.